6 things poor people do that the rich don't. Welcome to LuxuryPal, where future billionaires come for inspiration. Hello, fellow seekers of financial success. We understand that many of you are on the path to achieving greatness. So we've compiled a list of things that might be holding some people back from reaching their full potential. Before we continue, let's clarify that this list is not about judgment or criticism. It's about self-awareness and identify areas for improvement. We acknowledge that circumstances differ for everyone, and there are exceptions to these observations. The purpose of this list is to empower you with insights that could potentially make a positive difference in your life. Remember, being aware of these habits can provide you with an advantage, and perhaps by eliminating them, you will get closer to the goals you've been dreaming of. So let's dive in and explore 12 things poor people do that the rich don't. Number 1. Poor people wake up later. Poor people wake up later in reality. There is a noticeable difference in sleep patterns between the rich and the poor. It's essential to acknowledge that while there are exceptions and special circumstances, a significant number of people facing financial struggles can be attributed to a lack of determination to improve their situation. Let's dive deeper into this issue to gain a better understanding of what is meant by lazy when referring to poor individuals. There are two distinct types of laziness in this context. The first type involves people who dislike work and prefer to rely on welfare while having children as a means of support, hoping that one of them might become their ticket to a better life. The second type of laziness pertains to those who recognize that acquiring new skills would benefit them, yet they chosen not to invest the time and effort into learning and growing. Contrastingly, wealthy individuals are unafraid of hard work. Many successful entrepreneurs dedicated at least 14 hours per day during their early years to achieve their goals. By sleeping less, they can allocate more time to their work, as they are driven to create something worth waking up early for. However, it's important to note that merely waking early isn't a guarantee of success. The key lies in making the productive use of the day's time. If one fails to do so, it often stems from a reluctance to learn and self-improve to the extent necessary to grasp a clear direction towards their objectives. Number 2. Poor people work for their money, while rich people make their money work for them. In the world of finance, there's a clear distinction between how rich and poor people handle their money. Both groups work diligently to earn their income, but the key difference lies in how they put that money to work. Rich individuals understand the concept of making their money work for them, while less wealthy individuals often find themselves working solely for their money. Instead of keeping all their earnings in savings accounts, the wealthy allocate a portion of their budget for regular investments. They are willing to forgo immediate gratification by making sacrifices in their spending, knowing that these investments will yield significant returns in the future. On the other hand, those with less wealth often fall into a cycle of spending all all their money, which leaves them unsatisfied and financially stuck. They may work harder, take on additional jobs, and yet still struggle to make ends meet because their spending keeps pace with their earnings or even succeeds them. This constant race to earn enough becomes a never-ending cycle, leaving them in a perpetual state of financial struggle. In summary, the rich understand the importance of putting their money to work through investments, while the less wealthy often fall into the trap of living paycheck to paycheck without the opportunity to build wealth for the long term. Number 3. Poor people blame others for their misfortunes in life. Many individuals tend to attribute their misfortunes to external factors, especially those facing financial struggles. You probably know people who always have an excuse for not achieving success yet. While it's true that some things may be beyond our control, the majority of our lives are influenced by our own actions and decisions. It's crucial to remember that you have the power to shape your life. You're responsible for your relationships, your health, and your overall well-being. If you desire change in these areas, take action, because life isn't just about what happens to us, it's about how we respond to what happens. When faced with adversity, the poor often tend to see themselves as victims, dwelling on their misfortunes. It contrasts the wealthy approach challenges differently. They view setbacks as learning opportunities. Instead of playing the victims, they analyze the situation, seek to understand what went wrong, and figure out how to prevent similar issues in the future. Ultimately, the difference lies in one's mindset and approach to obstacles. The poor may see themselves as vulnerable victims, while the rich view challenges as opportunities for growth and improvement. Number 4. Rich people don't try to show off their wealth. Most rich people refrain from blindly following the latest fashion trends or purchasing new collections just because they're popular at the moment. They understand that such spending isn't the best financial investment, and more importantly, they don't feel the need to prove themselves to others. On the other hand, individuals with limited financial means often find themselves eager to buy trendy products despite their high costs. As a consequence, after making such purchase, they may end up struggling financially, having to cut back on basic necessities until their next paycheck. In reality, there are 3 types of people in the world: the haves, the have-nots, and those who have not yet paid for what they have. Rich individuals tend to invest their money wisely, recognizing the importance of financial planning and long-term prosperity. Number 5. Poor people tend to have more kids and earlier in life. One significant observation is that poor individuals tend to have more children and have them at an earlier stage in life. While having kids can be a joyful experience, it's crucial to acknowledge that raising them comes with considerable expenses. Sadly, many people overlook this reality. To put things into perspective, in more developed countries, the cost of raising a child amounts to approximately $250,000 due to factors like a lack of education and challenging environments. Poor people, on average, have more children and at a younger age compared to their wealthier counterparts. The wealthy, on the other hand, often wait until their living standards improve before having children. They want to ensure an ideal environment and the best conditions for their child to thrive. In contrast, the less fortunate may proceed without considering these aspects. Once the baby arrives, the struggle for the financial disadvantaged beings as they try to make ends meet and progress beyond mere survival. Unfortunately, achieving prosperity seems nearly impossible under such circumstances. Number 6. Rich people read a lot. One of the most significant ways to transform your life is through the power of reading. Surveys comparing the reading habits of the rich and poor reveal a striking contrast. While the less affluent often indulge in escapist activities like watching television, the wealthy voraciously devour books. For instance, Warren Buffett spends up to 80% of his day reading, and Bill Gates makes a point of reading at least 50 books annually. Although these examples might seem extreme, it's essential to note that these habits likely contribute to their success. Even before they achieved their remarkable accomplishments, reading offers a multitude of benefits. It sharpens your mind, enhances communication skills, and enables you to learn from others' mistakes, be it from fictional characters or real figures. Among the books favored by successful individuals are biographies and self-help books. Biographies allow one to live vicariously through the experiences of others and gain valuable insights on how to navigate challenges and failures. Self-help books showcase how accomplished people continuously seek personal growth and improvement, never settling for their current status. Consider this. The average person reads merely 9.5 books each year, often fiction or romance. But imagine the tremendous knowledge you could amass by immersing yourself in books that encapsulate a lifetime of learning. They are a reservoir of distilled knowledge, especially when it comes to self-development, which remains underrated. Regardless of your passions or aspirations, you can draw inspiration from the great minds in your field. Moreover, don't limit yourself. Explore success stories from diverse niches, as they might spark ideas that shape your own journey. Thank you for spending some time with us, and make sure to like and subscribe so you will never miss another video.